All right. Next is from Jared Aviat. Was he suspended last week?
No, he's off suspension.
He's off suspension.
Yeah.
Okay, and the subject is annoying Kyle O'Reilly. Annoying Kyle O'Reilly. Hi, K100 fam. Hope everyone's doing well. Just want to quickly ask about a recent interview with Renee Paquette that Renee Paquette had on her show with Kyle O'Reilly. I've liked Kyle's work as a wrestler for a long time. He seems like a real nice salt of the earth. Canadian kid, but I was annoyed at a few points in the interview. One, he talked about the typical tired old complaint that many wrestlers bitch about, where he said that he kept hearing people in WWE referred to as sports entertainers and not professional wrestlers. He said he wanted to go to a company where he could be a professional wrestler. Why are so many wrestlers caught up in bashing WWE for this term when all of it is branding? The job is the same either way. He also said he wanted to go to AEW so that he could go somewhere to be utilized. When most of his entire NXT run, he was used in key spots up until his very last day there. Also, AEW has not utilized many people. I never heard this guy or many other guys look to themselves and question why the company was no longer interested in fighting to keep them. Seems that they always got to blame people in management there, and Kyle said he never thought he was going to make it to the main roster of WWE, but yet never seemed to look himself in the mirror and to ask why that may be. What does the crew think? Do you think that many wrestlers are entitled now that what Kyle appears to be like? Do you guys think it is easy to always blame management when they may not always be the ones to blame entirely? Thanks. All the best, Jared. Yeah, a lot of guys blame. Well, the blame lies, the blame. There's situations where the blame lies with, but here's a perfect example, okay, of where the blame lies with everybody, okay, and like people can say, well, they blame, you can blame whoever, right? But a perfect example would be bringing Miro into AEW. All right, here was like a guy that basically could come in as a monster, and the way he works, which is very vicious, could just start killing people. He was brought in instead as a gamer that liked video games and stuff and everything, but he allowed himself to submit to that ridiculous character. So it's like, so the blame lies with both. The character, you for letting them, like for you not having a say in what you want the direction of your character to be, like, But like,
let me tell you another problem, Disco. And I speak to this. I'm in contact with a lot of wrestlers in the business and other companies, right? Mm-hmm. And this, I hear it, and we saw it in a way too, but we just come from a different what do you call it? Mindset generation. Because I'll give you an example. Most of the mindset in AEW and WWE is, bro, we're getting paid a lot of money. We're never getting this paid again. I'm not going to make any waves. And I go, but you're not happy, right? And I go, no, bro, things could be better. They don't want to do this. I send them ideas and they don't do it and blah, blah, blah. And I go, then say something, Yeah, I don't want no heat. I don't want no problems. All that. They're going to respect you more if they see that you go there and you fight for your job and don't take it up the I go, bro, there's no way. I know myself. There's no way I would have let them do this to me, and because I do know myself, I would have bitch complained and I would have asked why. Because even the Rey Mysterio mask thing, yeah, they took off his mask. But as Eric is telling you, we had a gun battle over that for months. I didn't go down quietly and he knew it. And after it happened, I was still mad, but, there's just we wouldn't have taken back then. And not just me, Scott Hall, Chris Jericho. I mean, you know what I'm saying, Glenn?
Yeah.
That's one thing everybody, right. They do a lot of, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Sometimes it's management's fault and sometimes it's talent's fault. The worst part is, and this is the worst part, is when talent is oblivious that they don't have what it takes and they're fooling themselves,
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it goes on both,
Like a lot of people aren't, the thing is because.
And let me give you an example because this is something I've thought about myself. That thing that Jared is talking about, where people go, "Oh, I'm a professional wrestler and all this sports entertainment, and I wrestle." I kind of understand where they're coming from because I remember this when I first started in the business. Ole Anderson called me and he was like, "Yeah, why do you want to come to NWA now?" I'd only been in the business a year. I was not smart to the business. I really didn't know about the business. And I actually said, I go, yeah, I'd rather be with you guys because you guys have better wrestling. Because I was into wrestling. I was into the art of wrestling. Eddie Guerrero, I was at his house all the time. So he was always, bro, wrestle. It says wrestling on the marquee, learn how to wrestle. And that'll always save you. That's always, and you have that to fall back on. So he instilled that to me very early. But I remember telling Ole Anderson, yeah, I want to be an NWA because you guys have better wrestlers and I like to wrestle. And he goes, don't give me that. Why do you want to be here? That was kind of really the reason, because WWE was talking to me at the same time, and I'd rather be with them because I liked wrestling, And like you'll see all these guys, they go to New Japan and they're like, oh, I'm going to New Japan because they still like the art of wrestling. There's guys that just like wrestling. And that's what happens, Jared. But I see that a lot, and that's the reason,
Yeah. It's just a weird, mindset that these guys would.
But that's when you're young. When they get older, they'll understand wrestling don't mean. It's all about connecting, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.